Hi there, and welcome to a walkthrough of another journal by We're Just Two Sisters. This journal is brand new. I just finished it, and I call it the Springtime Journal. And as you'll see when we start to flip through the pages, it has a lot of great summer and spring type theme to it. So as you can see, this one has another really big spine. And what does a really big spine mean? It means a lot of really wonderful pages. So let's open it up and take a walk through. This journal is held together with a pretty ribbon, and the ribbon is actually sewn behind the buttons. There's some really pretty silver vintage buttons here on both the front and the back, which allows you to just tie the ribbon. And as usual, I've left the ribbons very long in order for folks to fill it to the brim. So let's take a look inside. So I feel like this is an extremely Victorian, very feminine journal. I love all the whimsy in it and all of the bright pictures, as well as the soft and lovely colors. So this journal is, again, cloth, and it's sewn in. It's very sturdy. It has a signature that holds 3 very large signatures in the book. And so let's just take a quick walk through. So as you can see, it starts off being extremely Victorian. It's filled with a lot of tags, cards, belly bands, pockets, and so forth. This one has a really pretty little pocket here that contains a card with a really pretty little butterfly wings. These are all finished front and back. And as always, you can rearrange these in any way that you'd like. It also contains a lot of my own coffee-dyed, tea-dyed, echo-dyed papers. And you'll see many of those as we walk through. Here's a pretty side pocket that contains quite a few fun things. It has a pretty little card here that you could write on. Has this great little springtime card with the bunnies on it. You'll see that theme throughout. I've also used an old gardening book that I've made a lot of the cards from, and that makes them fun and in that genre or in that theme of gardening and spring. So lots of blank pages to write on, some fun elements like ribbons. These are little owls, pretty little leaves that are glued on, as well, again, as echo-dyed paper using rose petals and leaves. Lots of paper to write on and continue to embellish the journal as you might like to put your own touch on it. This is a fun little pocket that has a place here for things. It has 3 fun little cards in it. Butterflies, spring, again, those little darling little bunnies. And those all came out of the same book. And gardening on the back, as well as the elements of spring with the birds and so forth. Put that one right back in there. More fun paper. It has dictionary paper. Almost all of the journals that I make are made up of all vintage things. I don't do a lot of digitals. In fact, I don't do digitals at all. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but everything that you'll find is cut from old books, old dictionaries, art paper. These have a lot of old farmer's almanac elements to them. And this is a really pretty little card, little bookmark, if you will. Art paper, lots of lace and ribbons in these. Again, echo-dyed paper using roses. Another little pocket. This pocket has several little areas in it. These are made from book pages, more of those fun little bunnies. And I like this one, the memories made with those we love live forever in our hearts. Little pretty little butterfly. And each of these pockets, can hold quite a few things. Little chickens and more gardening tips from the old farmer's almanac. This is just a small little page with some pretty art paper. These are stencil dyed papers that I dye using coffee. Lots of plain paper. Again, stencil dyed paper. That's all very Victorian and very pretty. Little pocket made out of pages from the Farmer's Almanac. This has some cute little cards, little elements from those books. Even some blank cards and tags that you can make into your own fun designs. And this is just a really pretty leaf from the farmer's calendar on the back that I made into a little bookmark tag. And these things, as I said, just slide down in there. And you can always feel free to move them around or add your own. Here's an example of the center of one of the signatures. As you can see, they're tight. This will last forever. And on this page, I've actually included one of my fun, whimsical little houses that I love to make. More paper, lots of pages for you to do your own thing. A little card. This is a fun little element. This is a little booklet that I made. And you just untie the string, unwrap it. And as you can see, this opens up. And voila, there's like a little tablet in there. Another little writing tablet. These are very easy to close. And just wrap the string around and tie it nice. And it slides right down in the pocket. This also has a pretty card that says, "Friends do not live in harmony merely, as some say, but in melody." And this has just a pretty background. A lot of the cards in this particular journal you could consider aren't 100% complete, which means there's plenty of room there for you to do some additional embellishments on them. It's a pretty page of some really nice paper that I tore and put on that page just to add some creative element. Again, more of the stencil dyed paper. This is a really pretty page that just has, an element of flowers and some ribbons. More echo dyed paper, lots of blank pages. This is a very pretty pocket made from a really cute little piece of paper. I loved the little mice on it that are blowing in the wind. And this has 3 cards. Do whatever makes you happy, a little tag, a really pretty little bird card that on the back has some gardening. And again, there's those bunnies. I love those little bunnies. And this one has a little charm on it as well. So these just, this has 2 pockets, one here, and it also has a pocket here. A lot of the pockets that I make, I allow for a back pocket as well. This is a fun little 3D sticker. Do small things with great love. More, again, examples of just lots of pages for you to do your own thing. I really loved this paper with the springtime birds. More coffee dyed paper. This is a fun little tablet that I just scalloped the papers, and this is glued on, but it has some really cute little space for writing. More of those Victorian elements here as well, and a little tab. And that's an example of a completed signature 1. Signature 2 starts with this pretty paper with the embellished with the ribbon. Again, more coffee and tea dyed paper. Some of this is embossed paper that I also make myself, and can't really see it as well as feel it, but it has some dimension to it and some depth. This book also has some really pretty stamped linen that's been coffee dyed. I just think it really looks pretty in the journal. And I really liked this page quite a bit. It's actually handwritten from a guest book that I found at a thrift store that has like 50 pages where people actually wrote their own little sayings in the book. This one's dated June 27th, 1893. And they're all handwritten. I just thought they were so pretty. And again, the things that you'll find in my journals are like authentically original. They're not photocopies. They're not digitals. They're the real deal. And so this page is, again, you can't really see it as much as feel it, but it has some texture to it from being embossed. And I use wire screens to actually do the embossing on this paper. I love this ribbon. I thought it was a really pretty piece to add some contrast and some texture to that page. Again, more embossed paper that's been coffee dyed. Quite a bit of blank pages. More of the Victorian. I love this center page. So the center page, I've tried to embellish this to kind of create a 3D effect of what's happening in the background. And I really love this page. This one has a belly band, and the belly band holds this lovely little tablet. And these are all sewn together. So again, they will last for a very, very long time. Everything that I make, I try to make very sturdy, because I don't want people to be afraid to mess with it. You know, I want you to take stuff out and write in it and be able to really use it. This is a fun page with, not only does it have like a belly band, but it also has this tiny little pocket with some really little cards in it that I thought were so cute. This one just says Iris, and they just stick down in this pocket. And I noticed this one doesn't have one. And anything in the belly band here, I always try to keep a little container next to me of things that I've made that I just have set aside. And I just love this with the Victorian lady, kind of the front of her and the back of her, which I've embellished with some lace and some pearls. What we can do is just go ahead and add that to this journal. Have her face out a little bit, and that just adds not only some depth here. I could, add a longer one, but I like to see her face. Plus, these little tags, when they stick out on top, are really fun because they add to all of the fun elements that stick out. Going forward, again, lots of paper. This is a really pretty piece of vellum that I decided to just add to this. Whatever goes underneath it you'll be able to see through it. And then I just added this pretty purple ribbon to kind of make it look like it was all tied together. Again, quite a bit more paper. Here's a really fun pocket that has a butterfly card in it. And again, you can put whatever you'd like in these and add to them, move them around, take them out for that matter. If you'd like to use them for some other purpose. There's that other side of that pretty piece of material. This pocket is really nice, that has a side pocket here and then a pocket here. This has a little card I thought was really cool, little elements, and this just slides in there. This is yet another one of those little banded notebooks that are notepads that I like so much. And as you can see, this one has quite a bit of writing paper in it, and it just folds up like so, and the little string just wraps around just like this. It can tuck under the button, and you can simply just slip it right back down into that little pouch. Lots more papers. And that's the end of the second signature. The third signature begins with Be Notorious. I put these elements together. Always reminds me of Ruth Ginsburg, the Be Notorious. And I just love the colors here with the pinks and the paisleys. This has a little page with a calendar, if you will, Monday through Sunday, things that could be recorded. Lots of paper, echo dyed paper, stencil dyed book pages, another little pocket which doesn't have anything in it. So I'm going to reach into my little box over here. And how about if we put this in there? That's pretty. And her little skirt can actually stick out there. This has some book pages on the back, but I think that's the perfect element for that. This really pretty pouch here, or pocket, has this card which is made from echo dyed paper. Friendship is a sheltering tree. And it also has this fun little card with the really pretty scalloped corners that says, hello sunshine, be happy, be bright, be you. And you can put that in there either way that you choose. This also has some vintage wrapping paper that I think adds good texture and good color. I love this. I hope you can see this well. But these are embossed and they're dolphins. They're really pretty on that page with the really pretty scalloped edge. I found a box of old vintage stationery, and I try to use it sparingly because, you know how we are with paper. We want to keep it, but we want to use it. But I find a spot for it, and it just works out. Lots of paper. This is one of my favorite designs from the Eco Dyed paper. It's Eco Dyed with leaves from my yard, and they're just so pretty. Here's another pocket that comes up from the bottom, and why don't we grab something fun to put in that one? How about this little card? That's really pretty, and this you can just slide up like that, like so, and or you could use, maybe, I don't know, maybe something a little smaller would be better in there. So I will try this one. This one is really pretty too. So yeah, I may not leave that one in there, or I may put it somewhere else because it's upside down like that. But I'll try one more that's a little bit different that has, this one is nice. And it actually can go up there better because it can stick out the bottom. Here's another one of those pouches that contains this pretty gardening card. This came from a old sunset gardening book. Here's just a little bookmarker which talks about flowers on the back. It also has a little card with a lady and pictures of different types of flowers. And then, as I said, this has 3 pockets. So these things can just slip down into those pockets like so. And if you like, you can have that stick out the top, and then again your ribbon will show at the top, or you can push it all the way down and it will be hidden. Another pocket by vegetables from truck farmers who advertise with hand-lettered signs. I just think that's such a cool thing, and I do that quite often. This has several little bookmarks and tags. This cute little one. It also has this larger butterfly bookmark or tag or card or whatever you want it to be. And these can just go in there. I love this ribbon, the sunflower ribbon that I've sewn on. I've done a lot of sewing on these, as well as, cutouts. And this is one of my favorite pockets in the book. I just think the colors are beautiful. And this has place for 2 pockets. So it has this fun little card, as well as this card. Again, a lot of these, the backs come from old gardening books, and the fronts are just all different kinds of books that I dare to use the word hoard, but I do hoard books. And this has a little clip-on. This little guy comes off, and the card is finished on both sides. Again, you could put it anywhere you want, or if you so desired, you could even glue it. And these little clips are great because, again, you've got ribbon that extends beyond the edge of the book. This is a fun card with some gardening, a garden hoe and some vegetables, and it has a couple of little cards in it from the Farmer's Almanac and also from that little bunny book that I showed you before. And this one is scalloped and just, you just slip things down into it like that. This is another belly band with the birds. And it has a tablet that's made out of stamped and coffee-dyed papers. And it has this fun, whimsical ribbon that comes off the sides. It says, "Be courteous to everyone." These belly bands can hold a lot, so you can feel free to add more to them. And I love when this ribbon hangs off the top. And again, paper with some lace sewn onto it. And this is the last pocket and has this really pretty bird. And on the back of this is some very pretty paisley paper. And that is the final page. And this is the back of the book. And as you can see, they're very similar, the back and the front. Same material. And then when you're finished, you simply just smash it. Some people actually like to call these smash books, and tie the ribbon wherever you'd like to tie it. And that concludes the walkthrough of the Spring Victorian Journal. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to learn more, go check out our Etsy store. It's www.we'rejusttwosisters with the number 2.etsy.com. Hope you check it out. Thank you so much.